Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1987 and we are still in Ys. When we last left off, we made it to the 11th floor, and on the 11th floor, bad things happened to us. It's a HP draining floor, and I was a little unprepared for that and ended up dying because I was stopped paying attention for a second back here, thinking I would be safe. So instead, I have paused so that enemies will not come my way, and we are ready to move forward again. And let's see if there is something on the 11th floor that we can do to get rid of the HP draining effect kind of in this section. Let's head forward and do what we can here. Okay, through there and through there, 35 HP to spare. I could have done that a little bit better, but ultimately you are going to lose most of your HP just getting to this safe spot, and yeah, the game kind of expects you to do this in order to figure out what to do from this point forward. I think it's a little mean, but the game does require it. Alright, let's talk to you. Monsters locked me up here. In a corridor out there, there is an evil melody. It's played via wind blown in from outside. It seems that on this floor, there is a single pillar that acts as a ventilation duct for this wind. If you just destroyed that, I could escape. And then he gives us a full heal. Very nice. Could you join us from this point forward? No, of course not. Okay, so we need to go back out to the 11th floor, kind of outside the tower, and destroy a pillar. We'll have to figure out how to do that when we get there, but the way to access the outside of this floor is to backtrack a bit. So let's head out here and through here and 60 something. Once again, I probably could have done that a little bit better, but that is kind of good enough for now. Let's head out and hope for the best on our journey here. Let's try not to get hit if I can avoid it. No need to fight the enemies. We just need to make it out. All right, and out here, healing is a lot faster. So this is why I chose to kind of go out here. You could have healed back at the spot, but like I said, enemies just kept coming at me while I was trying to get a heal. So that's why I ended up pausing it. And when you pause, you can't heal. So heading outside, safest bet for me at least. So we need to destroy a pillar out here. How do we do that? We need to equip the thing that we just got. Apparently you can destroy pillars with a hammer. Which one do you destroy? Well, it depends on your version. So we're going to test all of them. I believe I've tested it before and it was this one. Yep, there you go. Second on the right. If you are playing other versions, I've told it's like fifth on the right, but for me it's the second one. So that worked, hooray. Let's go ahead and re-equip a little bit better. Blue necklace and the ring mail. That's just kind of my standard setup from this point on. Really? Okay, sure. A couple hits here and there aren't the worst thing in the world, but I would still rather avoid it. And now we can head back the way that we came. Climb up these stairs to the next floor, and hey, now things are fine. So let's head back through here and see if... Oh, well, he's just gone. Sorry, that's funny to me. That was a Rabba, by the way. He's just gone. Okay, so we can move forward and head up here. Yeah, there's no way you could have made it through this floor without defeating the enemy and getting the hammer to destroy the pillar. There's just no way. And I believe, yeah, that leads us back outside. I don't believe it matters, left or right, but we're now on the 12th floor. Well, still a little under halfway through this tower, but hopefully we can make it to the end today. That is the goal. But that was also the goal yesterday, and I just failed at it. So let's go through here. There's really nothing important about this floor. So we will just find our way forward through, once again, like, having to go south through a door is always a hassle for me. Okay, and that leads us outside, I believe. Oh, it had to load. Yeah, okay. So back outside onto the 13th floor, and this is where things start getting really dicey, I would say. Let's head around this way and go through the door here. And this floor has a lot going on with it, and I am just going to ignore that for now. I believe I can get away with that right now. Let's head up the stairs out to the 14th floor. Yeah, we'll go back and deal with the 13th floor at some point. Instead, we're going to go this way. We're up to the 14th floor. We can go through this door here, and this will lead us around to another, well, it's still a big empty floor, but it's got this scary door here. I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna head through this. All saved, let's head in and get ready for boss time. I am told that this enemy's name is Eyeball, or Rock Creature. What you want to do is lure Eyeball kind of into the middle and try to circle around, taking on the edges of Eyeball. And you want to do this in a counterclockwise pattern because Eyeball attacks in a clockwise pattern. All right, you're hanging out a little bit too far north there. Let's get you back into the middle. And it's basically a bit of a damage rush at that point. And it looks like I win it. We did it! Just 27 HP to spare. I made that look a little bit easy because I have practiced that one a bit, but if you stay around the outside, you'll be fine. I got into the middle a little bit too much. But yeah, counterclockwise pattern because he fires in a clockwise pattern. And you're faster than him, so like this way worked out better for me, long run. All right, let's head up here to a treasure room where we can find the rod. This is not a usable item, so to speak. It is, well, I mean, it's kind of like the keys. You can use it, but we can't actively use it. And we find ourselves another Book of East. This is number 5 for us? It is. All right, so you can see the rod on the right there, along with like the amulet and stuff, so there you go. If you are struggling with this fight, you can take on the 13th floor that we skipped, and there is an upgrade there for you, but I don't like that floor, so I don't like doing it more than I absolutely have to. So let's head back and deal with that floor. I probably will save because it is, spoilers, a teleport puzzle, and those are never fun. So let's head down and go over here to the right where we can find you. Thanks for the help before. I'm free thanks to you. I think this is Rada again? Rabba? Once again, I'm reading so many things. Thanks for the help before. I'm free thanks to you. At the end of passage 3 floors up is Rado's Annex. Not long ago, a girl was brought there. There is a powerful curse placed on that place. It said only evil may enter. There's not much I can do. Swordsman, I'd like you to save her. Adol, my name is Adol. Well, looks like we missed a little bit of kanji there. Don't know what that says. I've been talking for just a bit too long, and the wounds these monsters gave are starting to hurt. Now then, before the monsters show up, you'd better get going. If you dilly-dally, that girl will get killed. Well, there is our mission, as if we needed a mission at this point, but I'm gonna drop a save here because, like I said, teleport puzzle. Not a fan. Okay, save dropped. Let's head down here and find our first teleport. These mirrors here are the teleports. And that one just warps us a little bit to the right. And then we can take out that enemy. Nothing too bad there. They are narrow passages, so I end up taking out more of these than I normally would. But we can head down here. And down here. And this is where we ultimately need to go. This will take us up to the... well, it takes us eventually where we want to go, I believe. I don't have in front of me where it is, but that will take us where we want to go. So we're going to take that last. Instead, we're going to go down again and circle around to this one here. This warp will take us just north, and then we can go over here, and this one will take us quite a distance, all the way to the top of the map. Our end goal is actually to the left there. And let's see if... Oh, you are very fast. There we go. We can head up here to this warp. And I believe at this point I do want to equip the timer ring. Remember, this will slow enemies down. Where is the timer ring? There it is. This will slow enemies down. And this guy was moving very fast. Okay. Nope. And we got him. Okay. Let's go ahead and put on the heal ring. That was not very nice, but we got through it. And as a result, we can get... the silver armor. Very nice. I will immediately equip that. And we're back up. We have everything that we had before... The prison guards basically took it away. So where does this one lead us? This leads us back to the entrance. So we can hang out here and heal. Now that should be everywhere I need to go for now on this floor. So hold on, let me route out where I need to go while I finish healing. Okay, figured out the pathing. Once you know where you're going, it's not too bad. Let's see if we can't move forward from here. I believe I did equip the ring mail again, so we should be good in terms of damage for at least a little bit. Let's head back. Come on, there we go. Down here. It's so picky. All right, where we can find this mirror again. Let's take that one. Then you have an option. The left one will take you basically back to the beginning through a long passage, so don't take that one. Instead, take the right one. And then where do you go from here? You can go north, and that'll lead you to... Oh, I'm keeping an eye on the enemy. That'll take you to a place you don't really want to go, because once again, it circles around back to the room with the two mirrors. So we're just going to take this mirror right here, and that takes us where we want to go. We want to head out from here. Simple enough. Let's just avoid enemies. He will chase me the whole way, I believe. The whole way out. But we can make it back up here and back outside. This is technically now the 15th floor, because the 14th floor was the one with the boss, and we went above that here. So let's head around. We're getting close to, well, what feels like the end of the tower. It is a long dungeon now. Okay, so through here, we want to head south, basically as far as the game will let us. It's almost all hidden passages here, or at least it feels that way. There is an open treasure chest that we can't do anything with, but down here there is a full treasure chest with the battle shield. We got the battle shield. This is an upgrade shield. Remember we had 225 defense. That puts us, that's the wrong button, up to 240. So from 225 to 240. That is a significant increase. Okay. let's head back up and see if we can't make more progress up to technically the 16th floor at this point, because we climbed another set of stairs. Go around here and head down. The way up from here, I believe, is eventually where we want to go, but for now, we will take this path around if the game decides I can do that. I don't necessarily need to kill enemies, but they are constantly getting in my way. And the fact that I'm not taking them on well scares me. Okay, down you go. So we made it through a passage there and found a new area. I still have the heal ring equipped. Yeah, that's why I'm healing? Yeah, I did not switch. Okay, that is fair, I guess. This floor scares me though. This floor is a scary floor. So I'm waiting for everything to get healed, and then once we get to the actual scary part, I will have to drop a save because the second half of this floor is pretty bad. We're still technically, I don't know what floor we're technically on. This is referred to as Ladsphere, or like, I don't know. Well, there's already the scary part. Let's take you on then. Both of you on, apparently. There were two of you. That made it seem very easy. All right, here's where I'm going to drop a save, and then we will try to make it through the rest of this floor. Okay, all saved for this. What we are going to need is, once again, the timer ring. Let's head forward and rush for it. What? I was stuck for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but we're going to go. And we're going to try to avoid these slime enemies. Remember, this is them at half speed. I think there's one more. Yep, there he is. There's two more. Okay, and we go, and I need to defeat these two now in order to clear up what I need to do, kind of moving forward. And then another one showed up. All right. Nope. No, there. Okay, and now you're showing up. This is the problem with the floor. These slimes just continually show up. They're incredibly annoying. All right, that's hopefully good enough. Let's head up here, and we need to equip the evil ring. And now we can make it through this door. Let's equip the timer ring again. Nope. Okay, they're leaving me alone. And we can then equip the heal ring, and we will talk to you here. Adol, it's you, isn't it? It is I, the bard Rhea. I felt sure that you would come to save me. To be honest with you, I had something I needed to tell you, so I allowed myself to be captured by the monsters. Terrible idea. Go on. The one who locked me up here was a man in a black cloak named Dark Fact. He plans to use the power of the monsters to take over this land. Please, defeat him. His cloak is made of a strange leather, so only a sword made of claria will be effective against it. I have on my person an eyeglass. It was made in order to read the books of Ys. This was in order to keep the contents of the book restricted only to those with permission to read them. You have earned that right. Please, take this eyeglass. And we have obtained the eyeglass. This will allow us to read the books of Ys. In other versions, this is called the monocle, which I find funny, to be honest with you, but we got it. Darm Tower is truly terrifying. However, strangely, I cannot help but feel rather nostalgic, or something like it, about this place. There is something that I must do after this. Please do not worry about me and continue onward. Okay, are we getting... Okay, we got that done. I'm going to try to heal up and save, and that's going to be a hassle, so I will take care of that off screen. This is not a fun floor. Okay, we are fully healed. I have saved. I have the timer ring on again. Let's hope for the best here. Let me out and avoid... Oh, they bunched up! Make a break for it! They bunched up for me. That made it very nice for me. Let's get out of here. Okay, we'll keep the timer ring on for a little bit. It'll make getting around these next few enemies a little bit easier. Especially if they don't spawn. Alright, well, that's not going to make getting around you easier. But we can avoid them nonetheless. Alright, we made it back. Let's head out and back up here. And now, unfortunately, I believe we have a lot of backtracking to do. Yeah, that is the way forward, but we can't make it too far forward at this point. I believe this is a point where we can kind of, once again, jump ahead a little bit. But jumping ahead will be very useful for us, so we are going to do it. We need to backtrack a ways, and I mean a ways, back to the 11th floor. And we're on... like, we're still on floor number 15 at this point, I believe. So, like, it's a ways. Why do we have to do this? I'm hoping that it's worthwhile. I remember having to do this before, and I think I did it later. But I think we were not necessarily given the clues that we needed, but we were given the information and a hint that what we were about to do was going to be bad. All right. Timer ring is actually working out better than I remember. Okay, so we go here, and that leads us back there, and then we need to... where do we want to go from here? Yeah, that's a dead end, so we do need to go up and straight into that one, and that'll lead us back here, which can then, we can use this one and head down if I can find the doors, and head this way and grab this one, which will lead us back to the entrance. Okay, now are you still here? Yes, and oh, well, you don't have anything that translated well. Let's head to this one. I'd like going backwards is not my forte here. And then we can heal out here, and then we can go around this way, I believe. And taking these paths, like, and back tracing the path that I need to take, not the easiest for me. But all right, this is fairly linear, this part, so we want to go up and to the right here, and yeah, that just circles around, same spot. Okay, that way, and then we can circle around. This is floor number 12. And keep in mind, in order to get to this part, the part of floor number 11 we need to go to, we need to go all the way back to floor number 10. Like, why would you do this to me? Down this way, and through here, back to the floor where everything is bad, and everything hates you. I don't believe that you are back. Yeah, you're gone. You're a couple floors above us now. We just talked to you. And then we can head through here and down, and let me pull up the right map for this one. Okay, this one we want to go to the northwest corner, just avoiding enemies. If they're slow, they can't catch me. That's my new mantra. Just get out of my way. Yeah, he'll chase me. Okay. This way leads us back up to the 11th floor. Remember we went all this way? Yeah, we're looking for a looted gemma again. That's the goal. We need to talk to him. I believe this is where we destroyed the pillar. It does seem to be destroyed now, though. Huh. And we can talk to you. Why do you have the gemma volume? I had thought that was lost. It was written by my ancestor. This is a tale I heard from my father long ago. The Books of Ys hold the key to unlocking the mystery behind these monsters. Perhaps if we knew that, we could return peace to this land. This is an amulet that has been handed down in my family for generations. Please take it. It should protect you. Since we last spoke, monsters have messed up my legs pretty badly. I don't think I can walk anymore. But don't worry about me. Please just go. Everybody's just like, don't worry about me. And we've attained the blue amulet, which is what we need. Now, please go before the monsters show up. Okay. So, I believe what we should have done in order to get that is read the Books of Ys, but I legitimately don't know how to do that in this version of the game. I don't know how to do, like, how do I use the eyeglass? How do I use the books? I'm gonna see if there's a way that I can do it, because I think that's how we were supposed to know to come back and talk to Luda Gemma here. So hold on while I try to figure that out. It is a new control. It is R for read. So let's go through all 5 that we have. Which volume shall you read? We'll start with Adol. We've gone through the first 3, I believe, but we'll go through them again, kind of put them all together. The Book of Adol. Ys flourished due to the creation of Claria ore. Solomon's shrine, towering high in the mountains, showed that prosperity, but suddenly disaster came. Tova. Ys was led by its 6 sages and the 2 goddesses. The goddesses gave our lives meaning and served as a symbol for Ys itself. Gabby. I shall speak of the calamity. He suddenly swept upon our city. Lava erupted, scorching the land. In great confusion, we tried to flee. It appeared Claria was the source of it all. We sealed it to deep below. If it is unearthed once again, another disaster like this may well return. Mesa. Eventually, we were driven to Solomon's shrine. 6 great beasts, accompanied by lesser monsters, drew closer and closer. We decided to leave this land for now. We trust that we shall be able to return one day. And Gemma, the one that gave us the clue. He comes with his beasts. While we were consumed by fear of this, the goddesses vanished before our eyes. We have not seen them since. We have found that an object passed down in our family, a medallion made of a clear blue metal, has the power to break the monster's curses. It can buy us some time. And that is how you do it. Yeah, I had to hit R for read, right? I don't think it did anything when we started, so that's why I was confused. All right, we got what we came for. We can now backtrack, forward track. How do you want to think about it at this point? And for the record, the pillar does seem to be back intact. I don't think that's a big deal. No, okay, there we go. That one is still broken. Good. Okay, we can head down here. And the timer ring, I don't remember if I used it like this in the other version of the game that I was doing, but man, it is a lifesaver in this version. I think it makes these enemies not necessarily trivial, but a lot easier to avoid and overcome. All right, so this is still fine. Let's head all the way through this. I probably would have died around here if the pillar wasn't destroyed with my hammer. But yeah, that clue from the Book of Gemma was supposed to tell you all that you needed to know to go back and talk to him. Okay, so this is the 12th floor. There we go. Let's head back this way, and now we can climb all the way to the 17th floor, I believe. Through here, that leads us there. We go this way to save a little bit of time. I don't think it matters up or down. It does, because I need to go down here. So easy to miss those. So easy. Okay, up here. To the 13th floor. Don't think it matters which way I go here. And we want to make progress to the 15th and 16th floor on the 13th floor, which means we have to go through this teleport puzzle again. So it is the first one you see. Really? Come on now. And down here. Once again through the first one that you see. Then we want to do the right one, back up, and that will lead us where we want to go. Back up to the 15th floor where we can get our heal and circle around. Doesn't matter which way. And then we can make it forward. So we need Claria. But I don't have any equipment made of Claria. Do I? I do. We'll talk about that in a bit. All right, up to the 16th floor because we passed through the stairs. There's sometimes an enemy here, sometimes not. Not this time. Yeah, he's coming for me. No doubt there. And now he just comes at me slower to die. I do have to go this way, right? Yeah, I do have to. Let's avoid you. And then we can head up these stairs. And we made it. I have to actually switch maps at this point. Okay. Back up here. Let's head around. I don't think it matters which direction. For the record, there are a total of 25 floors, but we're getting there. I know we're only on 17, but we're closer than you think. I think they're, yeah, I was about to say, I think they're facing the other way, which is why I'm able to take them out. Keep in mind, this is with the timer ring on. Okay. There's a part of me that wants to go back and heal already. There. Am I ever gonna make it through this? Like, this is doing nothing for me. It's giving me some gold, sure, but... Like, gold... What's gold to me at this point? Okay, can I make it forward now? Alright, I'm gonna have to try to push him, yeah? And now there's one behind me? Okay, he somehow, like, glitched me through to the other side of these guys. Don't you do this to me. Don't you dare. Okay, we made it through. And now I am up here, and we can get ourselves a heal potion. That's not what I thought I was going to get. I'll take it, though. I apparently needed it. We were very close to dying, so that is nice to get. I'm going to quickly pause here and save, because that was way too close to death, and I don't want to have to redo all of that. Okay. Let's head forward. Need to get out through here. Once again, this is with the timer ring. They're just fast, and jeez. The fact that I was basically trapped there, and I easily could have died. Okay, up to the next floor. Let's head around here. And we want to go in, this is now the 18th floor. And we can take this, sure, let's go right. It'll save us a little bit of time here. And we want to go to the northeastern part here, up to floor number 19. And we can circle around here. This is all for a treasure chest, but it will be worth it. We want to head down through here. And I don't know if there's any enemies here. There, of course, are. Why wouldn't there be? And he hits hard. There's no need for me to fight him. there. Okay. Oh, that does not look good at all. Okay. In here. We can get the battle armor? Also not what I was expecting. Let's mash the I button and get that equipped. Battle armor. Should max us out, I would think, on defense. It sure does. 255 defense. Okay, let's circle around this way. No! Alright. No! Let me out! Okay. Okay. We can still do this. Other versions of the game swap these treasure chests a bit. I was hoping for something else. But we can backtrack. This was a dead end. We made it out. No problem. Let's get the heal. We are maxed out on defense, but we're still not maxed out on strength, right? So that's hopefully what we're going to get next. So let's head back around and backtrack to where we were before. And hopefully we can find what I was looking for, well, a couple treasure chests now. Really? Oh my, I now can't get past him. And now he's going the other way? All right, there. Just, I wanted to go right and he wouldn't let me. Okay, all the way down here, we'll avoid these enemies as best as we can. And then we can go up here, up 2 sets of stairs, if memory serves me correctly. There was 1, and there is 2. And that'll lead us outside to the 20th floor. After I get the heal, I can circle around, and we can go inside. We're making significant progress. We have almost everything we need, I think, at this point. We can go down here. But there is something that I would like to deal with. They're just hitting me. I'm not hitting them at all. All right, let's backtrack and go get a heal. Not nice at all. Not nice. But they broke through the door just like Doji did, so Doji's not the only one that can, well, break through walls, not doors. You make a door by breaking the wall. We're getting so close to the end that it's just, the game is throwing everything it can at me, it feels like at this point. And it's hitting hard. Okay, so these enemies are still here. Can I'm just trying to make it past them. Like, I wasn't even trying to fight them. Okay, so they left that, and we can now go in. Okay, I'm going to equip the heal ring first, so that I can tackle these 2 guys at full health. Notice how fast they're moving now. Luckily, I can, like, just trigger them. Maybe I can just trigger 1 at a time. We'll try that. You know, strategy and all that kind of stuff. And what's in this treasure chest? It's very useful. It is very useful. I do want it. Okay, we're pretty close there. Let's put on the timer ring. I feel that is the most helpful at this point. Let's try to just get you. He's not, like, I'm not hitting him very hard at all. And then he hits me so hard. Can I... Okay. I am going to heal up again and, like, hang around where... Oh, no. No. No, I'm not. They're not letting me hit the... They're not letting me get back into inventory. Hold on. Okay, so that was a bad idea. Hold on while I figure out how to deal with all of this. Let me pause. Let me figure out how to deal with this. After a bit of testing, I realized the best way to deal with this is to avoid the enemies altogether. So we're going to trigger you, get you away from the chest, grab the treasure chest, where we can get our final upgrade of the game. This is the Flame Sword. It increases our attack from 240 to 255. Once we have that equipped, I'm still not going to take on these enemies, so we are just going to run away. Timer Ring will absolutely help you avoid these enemies. There's really no need for you to fight them. I don't see a purpose to it. All right, we can go outside and heal, and then we can take on the last real floor of the game. This is the 21st floor. This is the last real one. Let's see what we can do here. This is making me nervous how difficult everything is all of a sudden. Okay, this is a teleport room, or teleport floor, so we're gonna have to take that teleport just to start. Then you wanna head basically straight down, taking on the enemies as you go. You're gonna wanna try to conserve your health around here, and I'll show you why eventually. Circle all the way around here. Go. Then take the left one here. Hopefully you can do that quickly before the enemy spawns on you. All right. And this area is not too big, but you do want to not hit that mirror. Don't do it. It's the only mirror here. It's where we need to go. Don't touch it yet. Get the heal ring on. Heal up as best you can. Hopefully no enemies spawn and come my way in the meantime. Notice how fast they go without the timer ring on. It's basically necessary at the end of the game here. Okay. Fully healed. Let's put on the ring mail. And I am absolutely dropping a save before I touch this. Luckily no enemies showed up while I was healing, so I was able to get fully healed and saved and all that kind of stuff, but this is still a nightmare what we're about to do. So I am scared, but we are going to move forward. Let's go through the teleport here straight into a boss fight. And if you're unprepared for that, you're gonna die. But we are up against Heady here. Heady is a series of 2 heads with orbs around them. And what I like to do is I like to pick one of the heads and just kind of stick with it. Try to stay kind of on the edge of the head. Now, I believe that the idea is you're only supposed to be able to damage Heady when they are touching, but there seems to be another spot where the heads like switch, where I can also do damage. The orbs are the only thing that can that hurt you, so try to stay on the orbs as best, or away from the orbs as best as you can. Ah! There, I got hit a couple times. See, there was a switch and I was able to do damage. I'm not sure that's how the game's designed to work, but that is how it works. And then sometimes I don't seem to be able to do damage when they are linked. Get back in there! Okay, we're losing so far, but I have time to make up for this. Okay, keep going. Nope. Yeah, the hit detection on this seems to be very weird. It might just be that I need to be purely on the edge and that I'm too far in on the head, but it's really hard to tell. Okay. Couple hits there, and now we're down to 3 orbs each. That should help if I can get more damage in. Ah! Yeah, I'm not doing a ton of damage, even with the maxed out attack. And the ring mail is equipped, so they're doing a lot of damage to me, right? And there's the switch where I can get a free hit in for some reason. We're down to just 2 orbs each. Ugh, that was bad. All right. Let's try to get back into my rhythm. Try to stay on them. No hit there. And I got hit. Jeez, why am I not hitting at all? I just try to stay on the head, and that should avoid most of the time on the orbs. But easier said than done. All right, there's another free hit. We're down to just 1 orb each. Okay. There's another free hit, but not the one that probably should have counted. Oh, we're so close. So close. There we go. We got through it. That has not been an easy fight for me, but we did get through it. And we get a full heal. And damn right, I'm gonna save. All rested, saved. Hopefully I am ready to move forward. What I have done is I have decked myself out in the silver equipment. The silver is the Claria they were talking about. I do have the heal potion on. I don't think they'll allow me to use it in a boss fight, which is, of course, where I would want to use it. I'm also going to try the power ring for this. Because of the nature of the fight that we're about to do, the power ring is probably going to be better for me. Let's hope for the best. I don't know. This is a difficult fight. Let's head forward and see what we can do. You know, now that I think about it, I'd want to stick with the ring mail. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's head up the stairs. And to the 25th floor we go. And here we can find the top of the tower. And there is Dark Fact waiting for us. Nothing else going on this floor. We just need to get up there. How do you do that? You go on the teleport. Let's confront him. I do not know how you managed to gather so many of the books of Ys. I must commend you. However, should all of the secrets of the books be uncovered, my plans would have to begin anew. To carve the name of Dark Fact into the history of this world, I'm afraid you shall have to perish. And it is final boss time. We are up against Dark Fact. And we start by him kind of going around in circles. And what I want to do is try to hit him near the edges here. Because every time you hit him, one of the floor tiles gets taken away. And so far we're doing pretty well. We got... No, that's bad. That is a bad spot for a hit. You want to try to keep it around the edges so that you still have room to maneuver. Notice that he is just constantly throwing fireballs at us. Just all the time. That is also a bad spot. But we can make it out. We have him over half. The ring mail was the right way to go. As far as I can tell, the power ring does not help in a boss fight in this version of the game. But that's just my experience with it. Okay. We got him close. We got him very close. And nope, couldn't quite pull it off. One more hit should do it. No, couldn't reach him. Couldn't reach him. He's going to be here. Down he goes. We have defeated Dark Fact. That is not an easy fight. But we have made it through the fight with Dark Fact, and we have won. Adol discovered the final volume in the man's cloak. And we have gotten the 6th book of Ys. He said there was a secret in it. Let's read the book of fact. And then, in the glow of the brilliant morning sun, his attack simply stopped. We do not know why, but we should be happy. Calamity has left Ys. Should he return, we shall seal the concentrated powers of Ys here. Whoever gathers these tomes shall be granted it. They shall guide this land to peace. And because we read the book, we get the ending. That was the only thing that we could do at that point. In order to get in, you do have to read the books, but we have beaten the game. We have won, so let's watch the ending scene. The morning sun was about to rise. The sky slowly brightened, and the tower's silhouette began to emerge. Birds began to sing as if they had been set free. The monsters vanished, like the ebbing tide. Adol's spirit was filled with a sense of fulfillment at the end of his journey. All was serene. In this state, he gazed out over the storied history of Ys. The events that had been written in the books appeared to him, then left, one after another. Finally, he was left with a vision of the goddesses. Their faces were difficult to make out, but somehow Adol felt that he knew the two of them quite well. When Adol looked over the tranquil land below, he noticed Jebba's home sitting quietly. I wonder if Fina's memory has returned yet. Adol planned to tell her all that had happened up to now, the moment he returned. Out of nowhere, a brilliant light flooded in and enveloped Adol. It was as if the light was blessing him. Then, Adol's next journey began. The end. And that is the game. That is Ys, and we get some incredibly slowly crawling credits here, but we get a good song in the background. The music of this has all been good. I get that it took a while to beat the game, but does it really need to be this slow, game? This is kind of hilarious to me. This is going to take forever. So the scenario was written by Tomoyoshi Miyazaki. I believe that we did mention him. I have apparently all the time in the world to pull up my notes to talk about everybody that we have mentioned, but that is the game. And this is going to be one that I have a lot of thoughts on. I can already imagine it now. I'm going to have to take some time to gather all my thoughts, but overall, yeah, I enjoyed this game. Of course I did. This is my style of game for the most part. The programming, by the way, was done by Masaya Hashimoto. I'm going to have a lot of thoughts, so that's going to have to be done at another time. I'm not going to just do it here willy-nilly. I do want to try to gather all my thoughts about the game, even though it wasn't that long considering. It was action-packed, so it was draining when I would go through it. And therefore I couldn't go as long as I normally do for games like this. But the graphics were done by Tomo Yamane? I think that's how I'm supposed to say that. Just say "oh" twice. And the music composition, that was definitely a highlight for me, the music composition for the game. And we'll talk about that. But that was done by Yuzo Koshiro. Oh, we got another name there? And Miyako Ishikawa. I forgot there were two people on the music. But it shows, like there were, like you can hear it still. The music is so good. But we made it through our journey. This was a good one. I did enjoy it. There were definitely some frustrations, and that's why I do need to kind of gather my thoughts on it before we get into it too much, but, you know, overall, spoilers, I had fun. This is a good game. And then the map design, probably one of my bigger complaints, unfortunately. That was done by Seigo Oketani and Yoshihiko Kurata. That was probably one of my bigger complaints, was the map design. Just so many corridors that led to nowhere, and difficult to gauge where I was because everything just kind of looked the same. Part of that is the design of the maps, but part of it is also the graphics for those particular parts of the map where it's just, I mean, like I said, we'll talk about that more in detail later. Character design, Ayano Koshiro. I'm not sure if that means the sprites themselves or, you know, the few instances of full fleshed out characters that we saw. It's more than likely well, it's probably a bit of both, but mostly the sprites. And then the manual instructions, not the story of the manual, but the instructions in the manual, which I did not read. We try to avoid that, but that was done by Tsuneyuki Miyamoto and Tetsuya Igarashi. I'm getting better at reading the Japanese names. The manual illustration, which I believe is the same as the translated version that we went in at the beginning of the game. That was done just by Yoshimi Sato. Sato. I don't know why the credits are so slow. There's a part of me that says I could try to go through this faster, but the only thing that I can do is put it up to what's known as full speed, which would get through everything that we've seen in about 3 seconds. So, not worth it. Then we have a special thanks section. Very nice. We have Tadanobu Inoue, Yoshio Kiya, Takahiro Ura. Who else do we have here? Anytime you're ready, game. Kazuhiko Suzuki, Hiroshi Nakajima. Oh, we got more. There's lots of people to thank, apparently. Koichi Hatakeyama, Katsumi Togashi. I don't recognize any of these names off the top of my head. Yoshio Kiya might be familiar to me. Toshio Tashikawa, Shizuo Kanai, Noriyoshi Akiba. We're still thanking people. Like, legitimately, the credits here need to be probably 3 to 4 times the speed. Like, this has been most of it. Maybe they just wanted to show off the music, which, once again, has been a highlight. And I absolutely will not skip the credits. We're going through these. It's one of the major points of this series, is to talk about the people, not just the game. So these are the people. We are at least going to mention them in the way that they wanted to be mentioned. And the director, Masaya Hashimoto. Probably the biggest name for this one is the director. At this point, the director is basically the person in charge of the game. So they are the biggest name for any of the games that we are going to play, for the most part. Then we have the producer, Masayuki Kato. I don't know. I do wish, though, that we did have more here. I was going to probably talk about it a little bit later. I wish there was more. Why can't I go back to Minea and to Zepic and talk to these people? Copyright by Nihon Falcom, 1987. Not surprised that at this time they're just calling themselves Falcom. Nihon is, I believe, a bit of a translation of Nippon, which just kind of means Japan. So, there you go. And then the translation, the only way that we are able to play this version of the game, I have pointed them out a couple times. Fishbone. When I did the manual, they did specifically say that it was Fishbones, and I think it was the old name was Aardvarks for Life. But as I went through this game, they said they were the same person, so just Fishbone. And then the hacking, some help with the translation was done by Red. Just the color. But that is the game, and that was fun. It was very difficult by the end, though. Like you guys missed it. I think that the video here is probably going to be somewhere around an hour, but I was playing it for what time is it? 3.5 today. Like, there's a lot of cutting, a lot of redoing, and a lot of with the bosses. Like, all right, so I failed. Let's try again. Nope, not any better, not any better, not any better. All right, let's show this one where I actually win. You guys don't need to see me fail over and over with, like, Dark Fact, because I was told in the guide to use the Flame Sword, that it was still better. It absolutely was not. The Silver Sword did so much more damage. You do need the silver equipment for that final fight. And it was presented by Falcom, as we have talked about. Our second game that we have played from them. We have, I believe, mentioned 2 others at this point, maybe 3 others. But yeah, this is definitely, you can see the style similarities between Xanadu, the other game that we fully played, and this one. So you can see the influence of the Dragon Slayer series of games on this game. But this is definitely different enough and such a vast improvement over what we have played from them before that this was, well, it was good. We'll get into more details later, but I believe that is it. Can I hit the button and get past this? No, I cannot. So that is East. That is the game played, and with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today, but that is going to have to wait for another video. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time when we wrap up East. Thanks for watching.